It sucks.
That blows. That blows. But freaking, I feel it though. I feel it. Trying to go through all this stuff, like we've been meeting with real estate agents and grad school things. Like, holy crap, man, it's been busy. And it's like now that I'm doing Fortnite too. Like Fortnite just had a new weapon released today, and like I can't even do like coverage on it because freaking so freaking busy. Yeah, Bungie. God damn it, Bungie. No, I'm just messing. Good job, Bungie. You do you boo. Freaking yes, Thursday. People in chat, we are doing this a day early because why are we doing this a day early again? TWAB! That's right, TWAB!
What? TWAB? What?
What's a TWAB? Someone said 50 hype. What's that even mean? Oh, wait, it's episode 50. I forgot about that.
Oh, we're at 50 already?
I know, right? Jeez,
Holy
okay.
crap on the cracker.
Okay, so I have This Week at Bungie pulled up.
Alright.
Okay, they can hear you. Maybe move the mic away from your face just a little bit. I'm checking audio levels. I think we're good. We're good. Maybe a little bit closer. A little bit closer.
There?
Yeah, perfect. We got it.
Alright.
Alright, we got this. Alright, here we go, guys. So, for those of us just joining in chat, I screwed that sentence up. For those of you just joining us in chat, they just released the This Week at Bungie for this week. It looks pretty substantial, so we're going to go through it. There should be stuff on the Raid Lair Prestige mode. There's going to be stuff on Crimson Days, which Jason and I will talk about. And, yeah, so episode 50, this is the Last Word podcast. You know, the hardest thing about this has been keeping track of what episode it is, because there's been those weeks where like I'll just do it solo, and then there's weeks where we do it like this, and it's just like, what do I count as an episode and not as an episode? So this is like 50-ish, really, ish, but okay. This week at Bungie, we are decorating the world for the big dance. Yesterday, we revealed that Crimson Days is coming to Destiny 2, and if you haven't had a chance to read the details about the new 2v2 playlist and the rewards you can earn in any activity, please check it out now. We would be honored to have you join us for the celebration. Earlier this week, Lord Saladin packed up his wares and left the tower. We heard some good things about Iron Banner in Season 2. If you're still holding tokens, you can use them next time the ritual returns. That's actually new. They usually disappear. That's weird. If you still need to punch some Guardians to get that chest ornament, you can also continue your progress when Lord Saladin returns. That was actually a lot of fun, though. Did you play any Iron Banner?
A little bit.
I have not had that much fun in Destiny 2 PvP.
I played enough to finish off my armor sets on all 3 characters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Welcome everyone in chat, by the way. We're reading through this. Okay. Settle the score. There's a weird quote here. Last week, we published a Destiny 2 development roadmap to forecast some of the changes coming to Destiny 2. You may have noticed some changes coming to the Nightfall strikes. The Nightfall has been the subject of a lot of feedback since launch. Many of you felt that the timer was pretty stressful, and I butchered that word, by the way, stressful, and preferred to be able to slowly work your way through the challenges at your own pace. That's actually an argument I didn't really hear much. Did you hear anyone complaining about the timer?
No, I thought it added a layer of challenge.
Yeah, I liked it.
That I enjoyed, yeah. Because, like, it was tense when you got to the end of the Nightfall, and you're like, you know, you got a couple minutes left, and you got to try to beat the boss. So, I don't know. I like that aspect.
Huh. That's kind of odd. Here, one second. I'm going to put this over there. Before we get to the details, Christopher Barrett has some context to frame up the essential fantasy that we'd like for the Nightfall to serve. So this is Christopher Barrett now. Nightfall should be a challenging test that only the bravest guardian... I can't even talk right now. Bravest, that's a word. Yep. Bravest guardians dare to face. Fire teams of any size should be able to participate, and from organized clan groups to skilled solo players. Are they going to be more than 3 people? That doesn't make any sense. Players should be able to determine their own challenge level by going slow and steady or fast and wild with elective modifiers to test the most hardcore veterans. Your final score will separate the best from the rest, and with high risk comes high reward. Each terrible villain that players face should have a very rare and powerful unique item themed to them that tumbles to the ground as they collapse into a pile of bones. Man, Christopher Barrett, how many times do you have to make me happy, man? You can, like... this guy. Conquering Nightfall should be a badge of honor, with the best players able to show off their achievements with new dynamic emblems and exclusive auras. That's the vision where we want to take the Nightfall, and you'll be seeing the first of this direction in the next patch, with more being added over time. Oh goodness, that was really good, man.
Yes.
Okay, that's episode 50.
Yep. Thanks for joining, everybody.
With these goals in mind, we asked designer John Favreau and senior design lead Tyson Green to share some facts on how they plan to enhance Nightfall strikes. Tyson, as we are working on new sandbox improvements, we recognize the need for a venue in which those improvements matter more. The weekly Nightfall, especially on the Prestige difficulty, was intended to be such a venue, but the controversial time limit mechanic was a simple pass-fail mechanism. I still don't know where this is coming from. It only acknowledges success as being a clear with no degrees of success past that, so no competition exists in that space. That I agree with. It turns a lot of people off the Nightfall too, since it is both difficult and indexes performance solely on speed. Yeah, I get that, I guess.
So would you be okay if they changed it up and made it one of the modifiers instead of just removing it altogether?
Well, it seems like what they're doing is kind of like the card thing in Halo, and I actually have I don't know if you have the stream pulled up or you're going along on your computer or whatever. Right here, there's a frame, and in the bottom right-hand corner, so it's like strike scoring, but there's a modifier. So this guy has 2.15 times as his modifier.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm guessing he's picked enough modifiers to give him a 2.15 times modifier on all of his points. You know, whether that be like heroic or shielded or whatever. So that's pretty cool. Also, for anyone watching, that is the new Sweet Business ornament coming with Crimson Days. It looks hella sleek. Hella nice. What's everyone saying here? Yep, pretty much what I said. It's like Halo, that's lit. Yep. Nightfall scoring. We are repositioning strike scoring in Destiny 2 to enable you to achieve something prestigious in the weekly Nightfall and as a way to amplify difficulty. The new scoring rules are intended to be better at a few specific things. I hate the way they word things sometimes. Like, I expect there to be a word there, but there isn't. Rewards you for engaging and defeating enemies instead of running past them. Avoid overemphasizing specific mechanics like precision kills that highlight certain areas of the sandbox or punish other areas, so that players are the ones who determine the most effective meta. That's really weird. Reward you for taking on greater challenges up to the limits of your own capabilities, and rewards you for doing the above quickly and over the course of a short run versus long slogs over several hours. So this looks like what I thought Challenge of the Elders was going to be. Selectable modifiers, a bunch of people competing over varying difficulties with different amounts of point modifiers to climb out on top and be the top of the leaderboard for specific rewards. I think that's an awesome idea. What do you think? Yeah.
No, I think it'll be nice because we're gonna go for probably the toughest one we can right off the bat.
Oh, absolutely.
That's how we roll.
that whole day. Here, while we're talking about this, I'm gonna tweet out that we're live real quick. That whole day, I expect to be like, farming for all that boss's strike specific gear whenever it launches. I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know, man. I really like it. I feel like the Nightfall has always been underutilized, so I really like that they're doing that. I don't know. I have always said I've always hated doing the Nightfall, and you and Josh have asked me to do it for years. And I'm always really reluctant. I've just always felt like it's a really big waste of time. I don't know, man. It's just, I'm excited for this. I really am. It'll give me a reason to do this, and it gets my strike-specific gear and weapons back in the game.
Well, that's what I was about to ask you. Would you rather have the strike-specific just tied to the Nightfall, or would you rather have it like they did in Destiny 1, where it was a higher chance at the Nightfall, and then the heroic strikes were a higher chance, or a tier below that, and then just the normal strikes? I don't think
no, I like because, like I said, it gives more purpose to the Nightfall itself, right? So I think this is a good move personally. I guess we'll see. I really like this move. I'm still tweeting out, so sorry people in chat. I can't see chat right now, but I like this move a lot. I think, like I said, it'll make the Nightfall more meaningful. It'll give me personally more reason to do one of the things that I have personally never wanted to do ever. So I'm pretty excited about that, honestly. And it looks good. I'm interested to see, I mean, there's still a couple of paragraphs here. I'm interested to see how in-depth the different scoring like modifiers and stuff is. So, yeah. Okay, let's go ahead. The updated mechanics look like this. Scoring is team-based and the sum of individual performances. A team should be able to focus on what works best, not feeling put out by who stole whose kill. Okay, that's pretty cool. Scoring is primarily driven by kills and secondarily by orb generation. We want you to find what works best for clearing strikes instead of telling you which weapons to use, but we want coordinated use of supers and other team support mechanics to contribute to higher scores. Meaning if you have Masterworks, by the way, guys, take them into this, because if you get points for generating orbs, that's going to be huge. We are interested in restoring special point awards based on medals, but we want your input to understand the basic meta first. Score bleeds over times. We are watching this closely. Score delay can feel bad, but all else being equal, a team that clears faster than another team should score higher. Score decay achieves this in the most transparent fashion. And scoring cuts off after time thresholds. At 15 minutes, new points earned are reduced by 50%. At 18 minutes, you stop earning new points and it's a race to the finish, the run, and post your score. See, that's worded really, again. We want time to matter, but we also want to avoid some of the problems that we saw with the Prison of Elders, where a high score might involve punishing respawning combatants for a few hours until the novelty wore off. A good Nightfall clear shouldn't feel like a slog. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that they're being very, 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 very clear with it. You know, at 15 minutes, you will earn half the points, period. At 18 minutes, you will no longer earn any points. It's like they're being very, very, very specific, very careful. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Challenge. On top of the above mechanics are challenge cards, items that offer ways to boost the challenge in exchange for score multipliers. In update 1.1.3, there will be a challenge card that drops from completing a Nightfall run. It has some customization options to help tune the challenge level to what you and your fire team are capable of. So it sounds like you have to complete the week's Nightfall first, and then you get an item that helps you make it more difficult for more points. So I like that. There's a picture here, Nightfall Challenge. When present in your inventory, this enables modifiers in Nightfall strikes on prestige difficulty. The more challenging modifiers apply larger score multipliers. So it looks like this Nightfall card is the one that we saw earlier for 2.15 times points. The power handicap is 10, so I'm guessing it knocks down your power by 10. And there's 2 modifiers. If your entire fire team falls in a restricted zone where you can't respawn, everyone will be returned to orbit. Oh, wow.
Oh, that's old Nightfall.
That's old Nightfall.
Old Nightfall, yeah.
That's awesome. Solar damage increases slightly from all sources. So we have solar burn and we have the old Nightfall boot mechanic. That's pretty awesome, man. Yeah. I like that a lot. And for some reason, when you inspect it, it shows your ghost, which is really weird. And it actually looks like those are just the 2 that this person has active, because they are in the inventory, and it looks like there is the solar burn, but you could also pick void or arc burn as well. And then there's also a secondary slot where it looks like you can pick the Nightfall one or presumably something else. So that's really interesting. That's really, really interesting. What's everyone think about this? Vegan, wait, how will this work with guided strikes? Won't this make it worse for the person who needs help? This only applies to Prestige Nightfalls? Is there guided games for Prestige Nightfalls? I thought it was only base Nightfalls.
I think there is.
Yeah. I don't think there is either. Yay, finally some good stuff. I don't know what you're talking about, man. The raid stuff last week was awesome, Jabba. It's been a lot of fun. And the new DLC comes out in May. I think this is fantastic. This is really a series of really good changes. Here we go. Players will be able to see their and your scores on new Nightfall emblems available as drops in each Nightfall strike. And they're showing one for the inverted spire right now. It's actually really cool looking. It's like a super conceptual, really cool Red Legion logo, kind of. It's hard to explain. It looks really good, though. These emblems and others like them are now the source of auras, which are automatically enabled if your personal score is above a global threshold. At first, the thresholds will be set based on what we think might be tough for players to reach, but we look forward to showing to you showing us how much we underestimated you. Then we can raise the bar based on community scores. Okay, that's really cool too. Because if they're doing stuff like this, then they have the potential to look at how many raid clears is kind of average for the world. Or prestige, let's go with that. Prestige raid clears is average for the world. And if your team, or if you as an individual are above that level and you have the raid emblem on, then the prestige aura is permanent on you. That'd be pretty cool. That's not what they're doing. That was conceptual based on what they are doing here with strikes, but that's really cool. And so the inverted spire aura is just the regular Nightfall aura right now, and I imagine it will be different colors based on each different strike, which would be pretty cool. Along with an aura, a personal score over the threshold will also unlock a fireteam-wide buff that boosts Vanguard token drops in a strike by 25% in that strike. So if you are wearing the aura for just inverted spire, then whenever you do that one, you get 25% more tokens, which is kind of meh. That doesn't really matter too much.
That's a nice little buff, though, I think.
Yeah, exactly. When your fire team sees a Nightfall aura on your head, they know who's hooking them up. I like that. Lastly, some rarer variants of these Nightfall emblems will be available as drops at higher score thresholds. Obtaining these rewards is meant to be challenging, so we don't expect everyone to reach these scores or collect these items. Hey, Jason, we're getting every one of those. Just so you know, okay? All the higher end ones.
I didn't know that was a question.
Yeah, well, no, I'm telling you, we are.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of, we're collectors, so I'm pretty sure that I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, someone pointed out, let's check out these emblems right here. That's a really good call, Forcer. I think it was Forcer. Yeah, there's two new emblems here, because that's the Trossland one that you can get. That's the regular Nightfall one. So it looks like there's what's a Vex themed strike that's not inverted spire? Either one of the Curse of Osiris ones, right? So probably Garden World, maybe? Is that the only other Vex one? Oh, Brachion. I bet this is the one for Pyramidion, or however you say it. I bet that. And then I don't know what the hell that is. That's a really cool looking emblem though. Cool. This is really awesome. I like that. And it shows you, like, whenever you inspect the emblem, it shows you the bonus threshold, what you have to be above to get the aura, and then it shows your personal best. That's really cool. I love how they're redoing this system. That's really awesome. And it looks like it says emblem customization as well. Like, you'll be able to slightly change it, which is really
be cool. Yeah. Like, will that be the first? Yeah, that'll be the first emblem that we can change.
Yeah, for real. Phoenix Fire. This sounds great because it gives you a reason to do strikes, so you get something out of it instead of feeling ripped off. I agree. Keep in mind that this is only Nightfall, but or Prestige Nightfall to be exact. But I like that they're adding a degree of, we've had this time in Destiny too, where it's more like casual. It's like everyone can complete this, everyone can complete this. It's really nice as a very hardcore player to have something like only the best people in the game will have this. That makes me happy. Especially since, Trials has been in the game, for PvP people. What about PvE people? What do we really have to strive for? This right here. Global competitiveness right here. I'm very excited to get all of these. Yeah, definitely. And there's even more. Version 0.9, update 1.1.3 will have the first pass on this feature. Before we can call it a competitive activity, we need your help pushing the limits and finding where it breaks. Future updates will react to your input as well as add more rewards and recognition to posting competitive scores. We also hope to extend the challenge cards to support more difficulty customization and deepen the scoring options. All of the feedback you give us in this release will go into making our upcoming releases better. Thank you in advance. I'm actually just going to check real quick when update 1.1.3 is coming out. Is that the Crimson Days one is what I'm wondering.
You think it'll come that quick?
1.1.3 is February 27th. Yes,
nice.
It will come that quick. Awesome. Nice. So this, we are 19 days away from this. 2 weeks and 5 days. Very excited for that. Man, it's like... we have so many things coming in this 2 week period, because on Tuesday we get what I consider to be the most rewarding limited time event in Destiny's history. Someone pointed out that the Age of Triumph was technically a live event and it was more rewarding, but it was kind of more of a time period. And then the same thing with the Dawning, 2017, I want to say. 2017 was also very rewarding, but once again, once that came, you could still earn those packages after it left. So this is the most rewarding limited time event that we've had. In my opinion, you get unlimited, you can grind out all the rewards for free. You don't have to pay a dime. I'm very excited for this. And then 2 weeks after that, we get this stuff, which is just, man, we're getting so much, man. Let's see. Yeah, people just saying that they like this too. Yeah, awesome, guys. I'm really excited for all this stuff. Here we go. Designer Jon Favreau has some additional info about what you can expect from the new Nightfall modifiers in the Prestige mode. And then this is his quote. The current Nightfall climate encourages play that pushes players through the encounters at it. Oh man, I'm so excited I can't speak, Jason. As fast as possible, focusing on extending bonus timers and skipping encounters unless they are required, which was more stressful than fun. With Nightfall strike scoring, we're looking to give players a little more control, allowing them to modify their experiences to provide them with the challenge that they want and incentivize more methodical progression through the activities. That's a sentence. People like big numbers, and the best way to get big numbers is to kill everything. Josh is gonna love that sentence.
Yes.
We've been listening to the community's feedback, and this is our first step in making a few improvements. We're hoping you'll put some of the time in and let us know how you feel. There's also some other modifiers here. It looks like that you can't really make out because the screen's so freaking dark. So there's that. Yeah, looks pretty cool. One thing that's really interesting, the Prestige Nightfall, because of the light limit, is limited to the Curse of Osiris, meaning that if you can only do this stuff in the Curse of Osiris, that it is technically paywalled. I really hope no one gets pissed off over that, because I'm fine with that. This is additional work that was put in after the base game. I can see this being kind of a controversy, though, so it'll be interesting to see if there isn't. Vile Fafa, I'm sorry I butchered your name, buddy. Ready for an interesting grind, y'all? Heck yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. A lot of people excited about this. The modifiers will apply a multiplier to your score in the Prestige Nightfall. It isn't all more, though. There are plenty of ways to lose points. There's an ever-present score bleed to apply pressure to keep you moving, and a timer that will reduce your multiplier if you take too long. Here are the current modifiers we're going to ship in this first iteration. Void, Solar, and Arc Cinch currently provides a 25% increase to player and enemy damage of the corresponding element, so that's the burns. I also don't think we ever knew how much burns increase your stuff, right?
I thought 25 to 30. Because didn't you kind of do numbers there the one time?
I might have.
I thought you did.
I have done too much stuff in Destiny. I don't remember. Extinguish. Fire team wipes return the team to orbit. That's just insane. And power modifier voluntarily decreases your power to gain a score bonus. That's interesting.
So do you think that'll be like slower? So it's probably going to be slower, like grenades and melees, and then slower super, and then you might just have like less shields. I don't know. Maybe
just it'll affect your light level. That could be a good way to just do it without making us feel really weak, but making it feel more difficult. So if you're like 335, or what's the cap right now? 340?
335.
Is it 335? So
yeah.
Just make it so like boom, you're 325, and it's just a base nerf. I think that would be pretty easy to do. These are just our initial modifier offerings. This release is focused more on how the system as a whole feels, so we can get feedback on the core experience to fine-tune it before we dive in headfirst to creating additional modifiers. That's pretty good. There you have it. If you still enjoy the thrill of racing through quickly, you will be rewarded with a higher score. If you prefer to go in solo and take your time, you might lose some points, but will still finish the activity and collect a reward. You can complete the normal Nightfall and get a score, or you can take on the Prestige Nightfall and ratchet up your score with some modifiers. That's how they're going to get the feedback. You can still score in normal, but Prestige, okay, I like the way they did that. We are eager to see you jump into the new Nightfall and give us feedback on these changes. All around, man, that was pretty solid. I'm very happy for these changes.
So are they going to do like for the normal Nightfall, are they going to do like a Destiny 1 where you have to hit a certain score limit?
Oh, like what was that called? A sunbreak bounty or whatever?
Yeah.
What if they bring back the icebreaker with this?
Oh, please no. I mean, that was my favorite. That was my favorite secondary, but still, like, it's not good for the game.
Yeah. Man, I don't really have anything negative to say there. This is just a fantastic change all around. A lot of really, I mean, they're adding new emblems, they're adding score modifiers, they're adding strike-specific loot, they're redoing the way auras work, which, like I said, opens it up for, you know, a Crucible aura, a Raid aura. It just seems like a really fully realized version of what it should have been, which I feel like is what Christopher Barrett's team is amazing at doing. So, I'm pretty excited about that. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, okay. Well, the next section, raid plans.
All right.
I'm pretty excited about this one too.
Yeah.
Another thing that we may have jumped out of you, or may have jumped out at you as you read the Destiny, I'm just going to put all this thing into Google Translate and let it read it, Jesus, was that the Eater of Worlds Prestige mode was pushed out until May. You may have even said, what is taking them so long? I'm pretty sure I heard myself say that, but we'll see. It's a fair question, and the answer that we didn't want to release it in its current form. Before rolling it out, we thought we could add some more flavor to this special activity that will make it worth the wait. Here to tell you more about our plans for raid activities is senior designer Joe Blackburn. That's exactly what I said, though. They're pushing it back to do rewards. Hopefully it's good. Joe, hey Guardians, for Destiny 2 we wanted to release raid content on a more regular cadence than we did during the first years of Destiny. In our original estimation of this work, we knew that we would have to focus on normal modes, foregoing raid challenge modes, and our raid layer challenge modes, and having their prestige modes rely on enemies that are more lethal and harder to kill. As we got closer to releasing the prestige version, we knew that we wanted to do something more. Over the past few months, we have been prototyping a new way of adding difficulty and replayability to do raid activities. Today, I'm happy to announce that we have decided to push this feature forward and release it for all Leviathan raid content with the release of Expansion 2. Why? No, they pushed it back. Today, I'm happy to announce that we have decided to push this feature forward and release it for all the Leviathan raid content with the release of Expansion 2. Going forward, all raids will now have a normal mode active at all times, and each week one raid or raid layer will have a curated loadout mode. This new version of Prestige requires players to complete raids filled with deadly enemies using a curated loadout of weapons and a special modifier that enhances the way you play. That's really weird. The raid team never likes to let you know exactly what to expect, but here's some look at some hypothetical examples. These are not the plan of record, but they give you a basic idea of what you might find. So week 1. Raid activity Eater of Worlds, modifier Marksman. Precision damage is increased. Landing a precision shot grants 1 ammo directly to the magazine. Required loadout, kinetic hand cannon, energy scout rifle, linear fusion rifle. What?
So I like that. Here's why. Because we pretty much have the same loadout for, like, we've picked the same loadout since day one. So this makes it so you actually have to have something good of each class type and like get good with different weapons. So,
this is weird. I like this idea, but I'm really scared though, because for things like Argos and Callus, let's just say Argos, like if you can't use rocket launchers, how are you going to do enough damage? You know,
that's got to find a way. That's the beauty of it. It will only make us a better fire team.
Listen to this.
It might be frustrating though, but
these are only hypothetical. But this next one would be impossible. Week 2 raid activity expansion 2 raid layer modifier Gladiator. Your melee damage is increased and melee kills grant bonus super. Required loadout, kinetic sidearm, energy submachine gun, and power shotgun. How would you ever do any damage to anything?
Submachine gun and shotgun on a far range? Oh.
Well, this is expansion 2 raid layer, so we don't know about this raid layer.
Okay.
But,
I got you.
Like, even if that was Callus, you can't. There wouldn't be enough ammo even to do anything.
No.
Oh my goodness. Week 3, raid activity Eater of Worlds, modifier Conduit. Each kill you get before reloading or swapping weapons gives you increasingly more ability energy. That's really cool. Required loadout, kinetic auto rifle, energy risk runner, power grenade launcher. So one thing I'm wondering, what if you don't have risk runner? Whenever you load into the activity, is it automatically going to equip all of this stuff for you? Is it going to give you stuff like in Borderlands, like quest items? They automatically got thrust into your slot in a non-sexual way. That was a really weird way of putting that. Or are they is it going to be like, you know, you're sitting in orbit, it's like you cannot launch this activity until you have these things on?
I would say you can't launch the activity, but I don't think it's going to specify. Like, I know it just specified a weapon there, but I don't think it's going to specify a specific like exotic, because that would be just because not everybody has all the exotics, regardless. So that would be a little tough to require that, but
right. Yeah, I mean, this is odd. We should also note that while Eater of Worlds is not getting any specific encounter changes, all of the previous prestige changes in Leviathan will be active when players engage in this new loadout difficulty. The goal of the new prestige mode is simple. Provide new ways to engage with raid content each week, new ways to engage with different weapons in your vault, and new rewards to chase. So yes, you will have to put them on because it's set in your vault. This is currently slotted on the roadmap for May, but this is a major overhaul and could be pushed out further. We'll keep you updated. We can't wait for you to play it, talk about it, and help us make it better for years to come. That's really strange. The rewards for doing that better be insane. Yeah. Like
that's why. Like, I think it'll be a good challenge, especially so. These raid layers are shorter content, but they're jam-packed, so I think it's not going to be as big of a grind as we think it might be. Like, now, if this was Callus, oh my goodness. Yeah, but I don't think it's going to be as, you know, because the length of them is about anywhere from 20 to 40 minutes, depending on, you know, how many mess-ups you have. So, and as we get better, it's only going to get faster. So adding something like this can only, like, I think won't be as big of a deal.
I would like to point out that it just says, and each week one raid or raid layer. So this could apply to Callus as well.
Well, that just ruined my whole spiel there. All right.
Man, that's I'm super excited for this, but like the part of me that already spends 4 hours running 3 prestige Calluses is like, oh god, please no. Like, I don't want to.
You mean the headache that
it's not worth it. I'm having PTSD
grenade
right
launcher
now.
And SMG. Have fun. Here you go.
I'm abort. Jeez, man, I don't want to do this.
Well, we probably skip Callus that week.
Yeah, for real, or all of them. Let's see what people are saying. I actually want to see your team run the second one. Okay, that's the one with the shotgun, by the way. Oh man. Killtastic. So it sounds like the weapons thing on prestige difficulty for raids is optional. No, I mean, this is a completely different difficulty, so I don't think so. Gee, man, that's insane. I'm excited for that, but that's a lot. Okay, next one. Get it off your chest. Last week we deployed update 1.2 or 1.1.2. With it, we shipped a temporary fix for a lockout on lost sector chests, bringing the time down to from 10 minutes to 5. In this update, in the new update fix, we are fixing the underlying issue that caused the lost sectors to be exploited. Actually, this isn't really something I really care about, to be honest. We've also completely removed the reward throttle from lost sectors as it is no longer necessary, and we agree it was a poor player experience. So essentially the fix is you won't be able to farm the chest anymore because you'll get the code required prompt unless the boss also respawns and you defeat them again, which, I mean, that makes a lot of sense. The next download arrives on Tuesday, and Destiny player support will be on station to monitor your progress. That's fine. I was never really too worried about that. I'm sure someone's gonna find some type of cheese for that now too. Like, who knows? Basic stuff. Okay, so there will be downtime on Tuesday, February 13th. It will go down at 11 a.m. Pacific, and it is scheduled to conclude at 3 p.m. Eastern. No, 11 a.m. Eastern, and it'll be 4-hour maintenance. So at 3 o'clock Eastern next Tuesday, server maintenance will conclude. Crimson Days will go live. 3 o'clock. What time do I get out on Tuesdays? I should be home for that, hopefully. Yeah, so it'll be available at like 3 o'clock next Tuesday. That's pretty exciting. And then movies of the week. So actually, very last thing. We shared more of our plans with you this week. As always, we'll be reading your thoughts and feedback on what we laid out. Tell us what you think. We will continue to keep you updated. Crimson Days is only 5 sleeps away. I plan on teaming up with DMGO4. Hopefully he can keep up so we can stick together. Keep an eye out. Maybe you can best us. I mean, this was it was fairly short, but we got 2 huge bits of information in this. Plus the Crimson Days thing, which we can talk about in a second as well. But I mean, so just to wrap up here, strike scoring, was there anything there that you thought was kind of like what or bad or anything, or was this all positive?
No, any strike specific loot is always a good thing because it gives you incentive to, and plus that, like, you're competing against yourself and others with the scoring, so all good changes.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, and like we said, like, it's not only is there a higher challenge, they're reworking auras, they're making emblems do more, they're giving Nightfalls a purpose, there's strike specific gear now, there's going to be a kind of leaderboard type thing for PvE. Like, this is a really solid change.
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for that. I really am. Some pretty cool emblems as well. And then next was the raid players, and man, the raid layer stuff, or not even the raid layer, the new raid loadout mode. I really hope it's fun. I really hope I don't want to bash my head into a wall.
Well, they shouldn't just randomize it, or throw it through a random number generator. They should actually think it out. Like, give us something in each. Like, you can nerf 2 of the slots and give us something in the 3rd slot, depending on what it is that is viable. Like, a class. Like, you can't just give us like all short range weapons against cows or yeah.
This thing right here though will completely, like, Dado's like challenge videos. I think someone else does them now. I think Rick Cactus does them now. The doing the Leviathan with only the colony. Done. It's done, man. Bungie's doing it for us. They're like, you guys are using colony? What a bitch exotic. We'll give you freaking Risk Runner. Try to beat it with that.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, man. I don't know. I like this change a lot. I'm really, like, I just want everyone to know in chat. I'm sure most of you have seen us do the raid runs. This is not... I'm so excited for this. I think it's a fantastic move. I'm more interested to see what the reward differences are going to be honest. But any type of, like, hesitation in my voice or in any look of worry on my face is purely from an excitement standpoint, I guess.
So, like, do you think that they should create more items, or do you think it should be like all masterwork, like everything drops masterwork if you do that?
No, new items. God dang it. This is not worth 10 masterwork accords.
Well, that's why I'm asking you.
No.
That's why I'm asking.
I better get freaking, like, in real life, like, raid themed nipple studs sent to my house if I beat this. Like, no. That's a joke, by the way.
Oh, are you gonna wear those on stream? Okay.
On stream! Freaking, like...
somebody in your chat will send you those.
But, like, this is crazy. This is good. I mean, this is, like... We've been asking for a challenge. We've been asking for Bungie to go further and appeal more to the hardcore players. Like, we can't say that we didn't ask for this, because we did.
No, we did. Absolutely.
I'm just really nervous about it.
They're giving us Trials of Osiris equivalent PvE modes, and that's what we
want. 2 of them.
PvE. Yeah. Because I'm 90% a PvE player, so this is. I mean, it might be frustrating some weeks, but like the first time we actually complete it, it's going to be awesome because, like it is the first time you complete Prestige, it's going to be an amazing experience. We're going to want to like. Probably strangle each other at some point in time during it, like we always do. But that's why you're friends.
But the worst part is it's this new version of Prestige, so we can't even get through like Prestige Callus easily using weapons that we want to use. Like
well, hopefully.
Let's just use this hypothetical situation, right? So if week 3, which I know it says Eater of Worlds, I'm sure they'll keep in mind like different, like there's no way that you could do Gauntlet with an SMG and an auto rifle because you could not shoot the right thing from across the universe, especially on Prestige, because not only would you have to shoot the triangle, you would have to kill the purple scions as well. Like that's impossible from that distance. Man, this is gonna be crazy. And then not only that, like, it would be difficult for them to make a Callus where you did not have a scout rifle. Because not only that, but when you're in the skull realm of Callus, if you don't have a scout rifle, like, how would you do that? You couldn't, right? Or maybe a hand cannon. A hand cannon would work. Man, this is gonna be brutal. I'm really excited for this, man. I'm excited for this. Yeah. Any final thoughts on that, or you want to go over to Crimson Days?
No, I mean it's gonna be a challenge, and you know I think once we get it, we have the raids down. I just have Prestige Calluses. Ugh. I'm already getting a stomach ache just thinking about that.
Yeah, really.
It's all good. It'll be fun.
I'm trying to figure out what my command is. Oh, there we go. Okay, someone asked if the last word was coming back. Nope. Or it's the podcast name. I guess we should clarify. We should put a freaking thing on the screen. No, name of the podcast, not a weapon. All right, so let's go to Crimson Days real quick. Man, yeah, I have a headache thinking about like that's prestige mode Callus we have. We better get really good at this really fast. We have until May. Oh goodness. I want to hear what Dado is saying the first time he reads that, because I'm sure he's going to be really excited for it.
So I just like to say I have blades and dogs in my sleep. Like, I dream about them, so...
It is. Like, no!
Yeah, I wake up in cold sweats. Oh!
Oh, goodness, man. Okay. Okay, so Crimson Day stuff. First off, you said originally, before you knew what it was, that you might not play too much of this, you know, with me or with whoever's on or whatever. Knowing the new mechanics of it, you're super powerful when you're with your teammate, your abilities recharge faster, but when you're separated, the team, or the opposing team is quite literally given your position. What do you think about that? That's a really interesting twist on the classic doubles mode.
I think it forces you to obviously play as a team, and you're gonna pretty much have to play with friends with this. I mean, I guess you can play with randoms, but like
no,
counting on them,
or not.
I mean, like counting on them to do anything is gonna be tough. So
one thing I was really thinking is like, you know, it's quite easy to stagger spawn, so you could kill someone's teammate and purposely leave the other guy alive. So when his teammate respawns, you're given a waypoint. Give the teammate a little bit of time to run out of the spawn until you see him on the minimap. Kill the other teammate, and you can just cycle like that back and forth. And they'll have to make it interesting so you can't abuse that mechanic as well.
Yeah, I'm sure if like the teammate's dead, they probably I don't know if it'll have the same modifier. I guess because I'm sure they've thought of that.
Yeah,
they've had to have thought about that.
Yeah, you're right. The next thing, this is probably one of my favorite parts right here. Actually, there's not a negative about any of the stuff that we're talking about that I can think of. Burning Shrine is coming back, and not only is one of the best maps in Destiny 1 coming back, they fixed the only problem with it, which was that the sun was too bright, by putting it in a future where the sun is burnt out. Freaking geniuses! It's gonna be the best map ever! Like, oh, I'm so excited for that. And what'll be really interesting is, you know, when they brought Shores of Time back, Shores of Time's a little bit squished. I bet since they're bringing 6v6 back, Burning Shrine's going to be left exactly the way it was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm really excited for that. Did you like Burning Shrine, yeah?
I'm trying to think which one that was.
Burning Shrine, Mercury came with Crota, maybe no, base game. It was
the first Trials map.
Yes, that one.
So I like the layout of the map. I don't personally like the map that much, just because it's off center. Like, it's not a equal centered map. So, but for 2v2, I think it'll work out just fine. But it wasn't my favorite map. It was a beautiful map. I'll give it that. But I just have too many bad memories of Trials.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I love this map. I think that the spawns were in a way where you could rotate. Like, you know me, I love my symmetrical maps.
Yes.
But the way that this map flowed, I think if the rotating doors weren't there, it'd be a lot different. But it puts it in sections of the map where you could very easily outplay and rotate. It's the Rust of Destiny. Rust being, for those of you who don't know, Modern Warfare 2's 1v1 map. Very well constructed. 1v1, that's what it's known for. You could play all game modes on it. That's what Burning Shrine is. It's very well constructed. It's small, but it's built in a way where it feels like 4 different sections of a map rather than just one really small map. And I love the way it is. Yeah, man. Okay, the next thing, we're getting new ornaments. In this picture right here, everyone in chat, you can see the new Prometheus lens ornament, which is weird. It's kind of like Siva-based, sort of. I can't really tell what's going on. There's like tape on the top of it. Another look at the Sweet Business ornament. It's pretty cool. And then we get all the rewards, which, like I said, 100% free. Every time you level up, you get a Crimson Engram and an Illuminated Engram. There are 4 rewards that we'll talk about in a bit that you can only get by specifically playing certain activities, which is awesome. And the icing on the cake, in addition to being able to earn as many bright engrams as you want, or excuse me, crimson engrams as you want from, you know, you get some every time you level up. There's a couple of milestones where you get free ones. Every time you complete a Crimson Doubles map, you get a chance for one. Whenever you open a Crimson Days engram, it takes that item off of a list and you can no longer get the item that you just got until you have everything, meaning there will be no duplicates, meaning you honestly will not really have to grind that much. I mean, in reality, to get absolutely everything, if everything here is right, and you can't get duplicates of anything here, you open 18 engrams and you have everything from Crimson Days, which is, I'm very excited. Oh, and everything, regardless if it's shaders or ghost shells or sparrows, regardless of the source of the Crimson Engram, will dismantle into bright dust. They've covered all their bases. This is a brilliant event. Very rewarding. Yeah, are those facts, Jay-Z, going to change how much you play? Now, knowing that it is possible for you to get everything, are you gonna at least play until like you get the 3 weapon ornaments, the exotic emote, and the exotic sparrow? Maybe.
I may. It's depending on who's on and who wants to play. Like that.
Right.
Again,
I'll be on all week, so there you go.
Well, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna solo queue into that. So.
Yeah, for real.
But yeah, I mean, like I didn't want to have to grind for, you know, years to get everything. So like, I might give it a 4 or 5 hours during that week to see what I can get. And I mean, I'm not. I guess the weapon skins, I like weapon skins, but I don't get like super hyped over weapon skins.
I'm really interested to see, since these are the first weapon skins that are coming with an event, are they going to disappear after the event, or will we still be able to, like, because every time the seasons flip, the ornaments stay, but the sparrows and the emotes, or well, no, the sparrows go away, the emotes are still in there too. So the emote for the Dawning went. I mean, they have to go, right?
No, either that or they'll do what they did in Destiny 1, where they'll bring back packages.
They'll bring them back later.
Yeah, where you can get them in those packages.
As a partial elitist of Destiny, and I know it's a terrible way to start off a sentence, but I'm going to do it anyways, I hope that they disappear. I hope that they're gone. I want to feel... it'll give much more weight to the event if it's like you play during this week or you don't get these rewards. Dawning did that very well, I think.
But that goes against their whole philosophy on with the game of
that like, goes against
making everything accessible.
That goes against Luke Smith's philosophy.
Yeah,
not Christopher Barrett's philosophy.
Okay, yeah, I'll give you that one.
I think I right now, Scarce Theory. If all exotic emotes are in the game, I thought they weren't when Season 1's flipped to Season 2, but she has sold Destiny 1 or Season 1 emotes. Eververse has since Season 2 started. However, the Dawning emote is gone. The gift emote, if you didn't get it, you're not gonna get it. So I presume that same trend is going to carry over to the Crimson Days emote. And if emotes carry over from season to season, but they did not for events, I don't see any reason for it to change with ornaments. That's just simple logic, maybe oversimplifying it a little bit, but man, I really hope they don't. But this emote is actually pretty cool, where you draw the heart in midair. Whenever we're doing the son and dad stuff, like during a raid, that'll be perfect.
What? We never do that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh man. So I'm really excited for this. I'm actually excited to the point where before Tuesday, I'm going to edge all my characters right before they level up. And that way, when it flips over, I'll be able to get 4 characters or 4 levels that week easily with the buff worth a Crimson Engram each. So there's 12 right there. Plus a couple from playing and that. I am very intent on getting all the exotics. I'll dismantle all of the legendary ghost shells, pretty much all of the legendary sparrows as well. I don't care about that. I want the exotics. And the 2 emotes as well are pretty cool. And then in addition to these things, there are 4 rewards that you only get by, like I said, playing the game, which is awesome. So there's a ghost shell that you only get by completing the Welcome to the Crimson Days milestone. Pretty easy. It's not the best looking shell. No. It's the season 2 ghost shell design, which is fine. In season 3 we'll have a new one, and then it'll be better and stuff. We get a really cool looking sparrow from the Crimson Days Crucible playlist for a chance to earn it, so it'll be dropping randomly. For completing the raid, you get the Diesel Punk exotic ornament, which is, if you remember, Jay-Z, the very first ornament that I ever saw in Destiny 2 where I was like, it was the Wardcliff coil, and I was like, this confirms exotic ornaments, and everyone on Reddit was like, no it doesn't, you're dumb. Bitches, look where I am now, you know? Boom. Boom. Get out of my face. Okay, and then you get the Flaunting Dance emote from the Nightfall, I think? Yep. And, I mean, that's awesome right there. Adding the rewards from Eververse back into the game, giving us more Eververse rewards that can be earned through gameplay, no paywall, there are no duplications, super easy to get. Every time you level up, you get one. Just freaking haters, go away. This is the Destiny 2 I want right here. I'm happy with this. I don't have a single complaint. I don't know. What about you, May?
No, sub-bosses and raids. No, I'm just...
Wow! Wow! All this work. We'll see how many sub-bosses you want whenever these new loadout prestige raids happen.
I didn't know how general you wanted me to make it, so I'm just going sub-bosses and raids. Because, I mean, all this stuff is great stuff. Like, it's adding more of a grind to a game that I wanted to have more of a grind, that they took a lot of it out of.
Yeah.
So... yeah, I mean, any grindy elements are going to make me happy in a game. So, yeah.
Amen. Amen. Zills 20 Gaming, if only the heart emote healed you when you used it. Oh my god, you know how overpowered that would be? That would be insane. If we get any puffy ghost shells in Season 3, I'm going to be pissed. Hey, we might, but I don't think so. They seem to be very... oh, this is by Psylocke the Defiled, by the way. Psylocke the Defiled. Before we went into Season 2, they were very insistent on, or they seem to be, on getting a new model of everything per season. That's why all the sparrows in Season 2 have been the SRL model. All the ghost shells have been the puffy ghost shells. I imagine for Season 3 we'll get something even crazier and exotic. Not exotic quality, exotic, like, weird. So, yeah. No, we'll have cubed ghost shells.
Oh, please, no.
Just a floating box.
Well, actually, if the cube acts like a Rubik's Cube, that'd be kind of cool.
Oh! Yeah. Okay. Man, alright. I mean, that's pretty much everything. We're at 53 minutes. We pretty much hit the hour. 3 amazing updates. Like... it blows my mind how they are consistently, week after week, able to deliver like news about new huge updates that are coming. Like, we just got all their raid stuff, and then they're like, nah, now you get Nightfall stuff, now you get Crimson Days stuff, and now you get even more raid dumbness that is going to ruin all of our lives, but it'll be worth it. At least it's in May. That's the good thing. It's in May, so between May and August, like... I'll be out of school, and I think because we're going to be working on getting a house and stuff, I'm not really sure what my occupation is going to look like during the summer, because I can't work for a college that I technically am not going to anymore over the summer, so it'll be weird. But yeah, I don't know. I'll have plenty of time. I won't have classes at least. I might have work, but I won't have to be taking a million hours of classes, so it'll be a lot of fun. Oh, man. Okay, well... Yeah. Anything else, Easy? Is that everything?
No, I think I think the update covered itself. I am happy that they're giving us a ton of information and a ton of updates. Hopefully, it brings some of the player base back and keeps them engaged. I mean, that's ultimately what we're all hoping for, especially as fans of the game, is bringing people back and keeping them there. So let's hope this has staying power.
Well done. Well put. I mean, it's like, this is the first time in a very long time that I've been looking through chat and I haven't seen a single negative thing. Like, Bungie, keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing really well. You're doing just, I mean, that's really it. Oh, fidget spinner ghosts. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Freaking.
Or an emote. I can't believe they haven't had an emote.
Oh, yeah, yet. Right? Fidget spinners ran their course. They're not going to do it. But just, Bungie has done so well here. As a person who's been optimistic this entire time, it's good to have that pay off finally. Man, I mean, that's really it. Raids, I still don't have that stupid raid ghost shell, but we'll get it. We'll get it. And,
well, join the club, but we knew that was going to happen for me.
Yeah,
so.
for real. How did two of our team have two of them? That's not even fair.
I think once you get it, like, it probably ups your percentage to like 30 or 40%.
Yeah, it's just like you already have it. Just have more.
Yeah.
Yeah. But all around, really solid updates. I love the direction that they're taking it. All of you guys seem to be just yeah. I mean, that's really it. I'm really excited. And all around, good job, Bungie. And that's really it. But I think that is where we are going to end episode 50 of the Last Word podcast. Too long, man. Yeah. That's really it. All right, guys. Well, thank you for coming out and joining us. Thanks for, as always, being interactive in the chat, being awesome, saying your stuff. Jay-Z, as always, thanks for joining me, man. Of course, if you don't know, you can follow us. I'm at Scarrow9 on Twitter. Also, if you guys missed the announcement, I am now officially partnered with Control Freak. So if you are interested in buying some Control Freak, Scarrow9 at checkout gives you 10% off. So that's pretty cool. And then Jay-Z, do your thing.
Jay-Z Basketball 25, and congratulations, Scarrow, on the Control Freak.
Woots, woots.
Yeah, on the Twitters and the Xbox.
Yep, there you go. So go follow us. Go follow the Bungie team, especially Christopher Barrett, if you're not already. Cosmo does the This Week at Bungie, so that's a pretty good one. Any of the people that talked, so I don't even remember who talked. So any of the people that we went over in this thing, I'm following them all on Twitter. All excellent sources. If you want your information so you can think about what we're going to talk about before we talk about it, guys, that's a good source. But until then, I've been Scarrow9, like I said. Episode 50, a lot of fun. And yeah, I don't know what we're going to talk about next week. I imagine we'll have some crazy news or something. But yeah, we'll see you then.
Peace.